Welcome to this video tutorial for My Yesterday. This video is going to go through the process of creating a slideshow in the system. To begin, let's log on with the account that our funeral home has provided us. Now, if we left off on a section of the system, it's going to return us to that last section. If that's the case, you're going to want to click this My Yesterday Builder menu at the top to get brought back to the main menu. Now, to create a slideshow, we're going to just simply click this link in step 3. I'm going to make the assumption that you've already uploaded photos to the system via the media library. If that is not the case, please watch our tutorial video on the media library on our YouTube channel. But in this case, we already have photos, so I'm going to go ahead and click the slideshows. And it's going to bring us to a menu and showing us all the slideshows that we've already started on the system. Any slideshow that has been completed and published, we can see that very easily because it has a view link over here, versus slideshows that we started and we didn't finish have the unfinished link. Regardless of its state, we can edit any of the slideshows, we can delete any of the slideshows, or we could simply view it. In this scenario, let's go ahead and add a new slideshow. And the first thing we need to do is just to name it. This is just like naming a file on your computer, just some way to identify it. Hit OK. And we're brought to a very simple 3-step wizard. Step 1 is going to be selecting our settings for our slideshow. Step 2 is going to be selecting our photos for the slideshow. And finally, step 3 is just proofing it, making sure everything looks good before we publish it. So let's look at the options we have. The first thing we can choose is what color background we want. So if we select white, and over here we can see what the text will look like with that color combination. So if we switch it to black, it would be white text on black background. If we have captions associated with our photos, do we want to include them? I'll say yes. How long of a transition do we want between slides? There is a minimum of 5 seconds, so that's fine with me. I'll select that. We can optionally include a title slide that'll include the name of the funeral home, so we can turn that on or off. And then we have the decision to make, do we want to include collage slides at the beginning of the slideshow? What these will do is if you selected one or both of them, these collage templates over here will randomly place your photos in just an introductory slide at the beginning. We can upload music to be played in the background of the slideshow if we wish, and we would just simply choose the file to do that. Once we're happy with the settings, we go ahead and hit next, and we're brought to our media library. Here we can see all the photos we've uploaded to the site. If we've categorized any photos, we can go and use this interface to filter out the photos and only show the ones associated with specific topics. And as we look at photos, we can go ahead and drag them onto the slideshow. And we can do that as often as we want. If we just simply wanted to include every photo, we just hit Add All, and we can see they're all brought over. If we wanted to change the order of the photos, we just simply drag one and move it to where we want to locate it and drop it. And now the sequence of the photos reflects that change. If we find a photo that we don't want to include in the slideshow, we can just simply hit the X and it will remove it. And then once we're happy with the sequence, we just simply hit next to move on to the proofing step. Here we just simply view the slideshow. So let's go ahead and do that now to make sure everything looks okay. Word of warning, if you have a pop-up blocker, you're going to have to shut it off to make sure that the slideshow does display. If you need any assistance doing that, there is plenty of information on the web on the various browsers on how to turn off your pop-up blocker. So we'll click View Slideshow. And our slideshow loads, and we can just watch it for a minute, make sure everything looks okay. And once we're happy with it, we can go ahead and close that. Now, once we're happy, we can go ahead and hit finish. Just a tip here. If you have a slideshow, you're happy with it, and you want to just simply convert it into a picture book, we have a quick link right here that'll allow you to do that. We hit finish. We're brought back to the main menu and continue on whatever we want to do next on My Yesterday. Thank you for your time. I hope you found this tutorial informative. Let us know if you have any questions, and please check out our other tutorial videos on our YouTube channel.